What's up? This your boy Carcino for Screen Fiends, and Jennifer Garner had to come out and address the People magazine where they looked like they had an in-depth interview with Jennifer Garner about her breakup with and her divorce with Ben Affleck. People magazine, in their defense, did not make a bad. That was not a bad or malicious, or that made her look bad in any light. So for her to come out and say, I never authorized this interview, I never sat down and took a photo, with People magazine for this shot. They've done this with everybody where they've never put a picture or photograph of that person. They would just grab the best photograph they can of that person and put out there on the platform. Now, People magazine is basically responsible for Jennifer Garner getting a lot of these Revlons, all of these different type of commercials and staying in the public's eye, even when they didn't have films or movies out. She had took a break from Hollywood to focus on being a mother and hadn't put out movies. She just recently started back her career, going back into the swing of doing movies again after basically sacrificing her career for the family. While Ben was Ben Affleck, you know, he was going through a dark time. She met him while they were filming Pearl Harbor, but that's when they really hooked up. But they had did Daredevil together, and it started to become something that they wanted to do, to become a couple. But he was at the point where his career was getting ready to take a nosedive, and he didn't know why. He was like, people now all of a sudden hate Ben Affleck because he was going to marry Jennifer Lopez at one point. So she met him when his career was like getting ready to hit the rocks. So he had a lot of dark times that she was there for. So she came when the ride was bumpy and the plane was headed for the rocks. Now, the reason why I felt she came out and attacked People magazine is because she probably have an agreement with Ben Affleck that they're not going to discuss the details of their divorce in an interview or any shows or anything like that. They decide to do everything in house. So when this magazine comes out, she's putting this statement out on her own page is basically a reach out to let Ben and his lawyers and everybody know that this is not for me. Nobody's leaking out anything here. This did not come out of my mouth. So anything in this magazine did not come from Jennifer Garner, even though they say in the magazine did not come from Jennifer Garner. But they have to be very clear about this subject. Now, Ben Affleck, who's you know, worked on a situation where they had their three kids and they were trying to see if they were going to reconcile, but it just seems like it's not going to work. Ben has went through rehab for alcoholism to better himself, and they seem to come to an impasse where they can manage being co-parents. They've at least gotten to that point. But as far as being husband and wife, she think it's just time to move on. And I don't blame her. She's put up with a lot, she's dealt a lot, and she sacrificed a lot for the family. And to be humiliated the way she was in the public eye, the way it was done, it was time for her to move on. It's just too much embarrassment, one. And you kind of feel for her for all she's put up with. It's a lot of hard work, but that's why I'm not married. um, blessings to both of them, and I'm out.